I just got here to my storage unit from the gym. I just went to shower. I waited. I had gotten clearance to go by Friday, but I waited till Saturday. I kept my energy back. I know that they're filming me there in the shower. And um, so, like, I kind of like deprive them of my energy. And other places, thrift stores, and different places that I have been told are part of this. But the exceptions are the places I really need to still access, like the storage, because that's benefiting me to be able to have somewhere to put my stuff and not have to carry everything that I own. And um, uh, like the grocery store, because I still need to eat. so, um, so I prophesied that by Friday everyone would know that they can't kill me. I'm expecting to be shot at some point. I thought that was going to maybe happen yesterday, but it didn't. And maybe it won't happen. It wasn't like I was told specifically I'll be shot. I was told like they'll try to harm me in such a way that, and then it will be evident that they can. So, I mean, I don't really care one way or the other. So, I've been getting a lot of downloads, but I just wanted to kind of make this video as just as a reference later in the future. Like, if you had asked me, if anyone had asked me, and I believe the domestic violence center did ask me questions along the line of like, do you have any enemies, anybody that want to harm you? Like, I would have said no. I would have said I don't have any enemies. I mean, once I left my ex, then I would have considered that he is an enemy, because I never would have realized how dangerous he was, how much of a perpetrator, how much of like of a I didn't know still that he was like a pedophile. I didn't know he was like a serial murderer. I didn't assume those things, which would be crazy to assume. But I see. In the last couple of weeks, the things that have really significantly changed, I think I was really feeling it, but I think what it really is that when spirits, my spirit team, when they opened up the understanding that everyone here, like in Midlothian and Richmond, everyone knows who I am, even if they play like they don't, everyone knows who I am. Everyone is part of this, with the exception of maybe some little children. Like, everyone has been watching me on this, like, basically real life TV show that I didn't know was being filmed, and siphoning my energy, trying to sacrifice me. Um, and then I started getting like names of my old friends, like Jesse Williams. I'd already gotten like Zuri, which showed me that Narda and Ben, that I've gotten the pilot. The pilot has been there. It's all about human trafficking, like what he's doing. Getting his pilot license is to further increase like their human trafficking efforts, which are going to be brought to nothing. Um, I got a download that Jaleesa murdered Ethan. I already posted that. But also that every time she would see me like coming ahead and like manifesting something better for myself, like once I left her dad or even before I left her dad, that she would go and do spells. She would go and do dark arts to try to stop me. And so I didn't realize that, of course, that my oldest daughter, who I have only loved, was an enemy. Um, Michelle Cook, who came and sat with me after Ethan had been murdered, but I wouldn't have known he was murdered. She came and sat with me for, at least a week, like every day, and kind of like sat, kept me company. And I would have never known that these people had eaten my son. So I've gotten like a lot of friends' names, people I went to school with, like Chantel. She was like um, a pretty black girl, kind of like lighter to medium tone, who always kind of carried herself in like such a way where she seemed to have, which I know it was a projection now, but she seemed to think she was better than me. Like, she wouldn't really be my friend, but now I know that she's part of this group and she's only been siphoning from me. And so, like, I'm really all that, and I have never treated people in that kind of private way where, like, I'm too good for you, but I really am too good for these people who have chosen to be cannibals and pedophiles and sacrifice humanity. And I am their judgment. So all these years for, almost 50 years, they were able to, play in my face. All these people, every Don Strother, oh my gosh, Don Carpenter, so many. The Lairds, I can't remember the name, but the Lairds, the other pastor, the brother, who was also a pastor, who sent me CDs every week through their ministry. um, all these people, some of which, like some of the men especially, are very, very handsome. And now I know why. And then other people just really aren't. And you're like, well, this must not be working for you the way that you're supposed to be getting prettier off of these kids. But I never knew I had enemies. I never knew, like, okay, so like my mom, like my dad was like a screamer, yeller, abusive kind of person, and I did distance myself from him, but I never thought my mom, and I've said this before in another video, like, but it's being revealed to me even more. Like, my mom is a primary player in hiring people to take me out. Like, she's not sitting on the sidelines. She's not the way that she wants to be perceived, like innocent little me, 74, petite, smaller lady, little old me. But I knew something was drastically wrong the second time her and my nephew, who is her grandson, who's about 22, were having sex. I could hear them. And the first time I told myself that it couldn't be, that maybe it was Christian is the nephew, maybe her grandson, maybe he was like, masturbating or something to make that noise. But the second time they did it in the kitchen on the floor, in the very next room over from my converted garage where I lived at her house, and there was no mistaking it. And even that they were doing it in the kitchen on the floor, like, it was like wild. It was like my mind was like trying to make sense of something that didn't make sense. It was like so far out there. But I trusted what I could hear. I trusted my intuition, and me trusting my intuition has got a slave set free and is in the process of getting every slave set free in this humongous pedophile slaughtering sex trafficking ring. And people who play in my face, like a lady who works at Starbucks named Anna, she's tried to hug me, and after a while I could tell that she was just trying to like have some kind of cord with me. But I knew she was one of them, and I wrote her a poem to nicely let her know that I am aware. And the way I see it is like, the people who play in my face, you have, like, all my ex-friends, like, you have such greater judgment, especially people who were my quote friends for, like, we're talking decades. They never thought I would know. They never thought I would awaken to what they were doing. Like Valerie and Helen, y'all are totally done. Simone, Andre, so many. There's so many. I can hardly remember like everyone's name from when I was younger, but this is your downfall. And I've only loved you, but now I have absolutely no calling. I have no problem calling even fire and brimstone. I don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm to the point where I said today, it's not too much. Y'all deserve it. And I don't like the Bible and know that it's a lie. It's a lie with some truth. Y'all made yourself my enemy. And I feel that all of this was, destined so that all of this slaughtering of humanity, which was happening on the down low, can end. And it is ending. It's ending. Not just a pause, like it's ending forever. And it's been told me it will never be able to start again. Ever. Ever. So on that hand, this is destiny. On another hand, it would seem those of you who had an opportunity to be my friend, if you had not treated me this way, perhaps you would be alongside me, or someone like Alito. you'd be alongside me as I'm rising to fame, to riches, to everything that will match who I really am and on an energetic level, especially when no one is siphoning for me, stealing my soul star. So you chose your own fate, and but I will say no one could have walked with me or been by my side who was already a pedophile or a cannibal. And so on that hand, it's like this was destined because this is what these people were already into, let alone using dark magic that breaks spiritual laws. Like, you don't come after an earth angel, you don't come after an innocent person. And that's the thing, is that all these people that are being sacrificed are innocent people, all of the children, and the adults that they would want to slaughter, like they would like to slaughter me, are innocent. So you are condemned.